Hello friends, my name is TaylorAnne and welcome to my little creative life. I don't know about you, but I've spent the last few months smoking a lot of weed and spending a lot of time in my garden. Having a safe home and having a garden has been a blessing since the corona pandemic, and being able to grow my own fresh food has been so satisfying. And since I've been feeling very isolated and kind of lonely lately, I wanted to bring you guys along on my little harvest this morning. Since this is my first season really growing food for production and to eat and not just as kind of like a hobby, I have only yet to harvest lots of lettuce greens, herbs, and some snap peas. I'm patiently waiting for my summer crops to kick in so I can start harvesting from them. But until then, I just get to enjoy my time out in the garden, watching everything grow. And I wanted to bring you guys along. I hope you enjoy. I'm just going around and harvesting and weeding the garden since it's been hot, and yesterday went out to Silver Lake. Patiently waiting for these guys. So close. I'm gonna grab some more lettuce. Lots of mint, rosemary, little snap peas, and lettuce. Nice little harvest. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you the cucumbers because I've had such bad luck with cucumbers this year, and that's just really happy to see. And there's another one over here. Makes me happy. The cucumbers, we might have some cucumbers this year. And we've got some more eggplant blossoms opening up, which is so beautiful. Can't wait for these to turn into little eggplants. I feel them in there. A pretty bird. You're mean. I won't mess with you. I hope you're laying an egg though. Oh, pretty bird. Sweetie birds. Sylvia is looking kind of rough. They're older, mature birds. And a few chicks. This is Hawk. She has a mohawk. Hi, pretty birds. Hi. I'm kind of worried about Sylvia. She looks a little rough. Not you, amigo. Not you. You're a pretty bird. Look at that. Look at that. So pretty. She's like oil slick feathers. She's a pretty bird. How you doing, Sylv? Not you. You ham. You ham. Sweet babies. Sweet babies. Hi, Hawk. We're looking pretty close on these bush beans over here. Look at those little guys. Big little guys. Jumbo shrimp. Very soon. Look at all those flowers. Little harvester was made out of a recycled feed sack. This is just one of the scraps that I had laying around. It was like a little piece, and I added some spare handles, and it turned out kind of like a weird size, but it's good for harvesting, right? super cute. Look at that, mint smells amazing. I'm gonna probably dry most of this. Okay, my coffee I left out and the fresh baked bread I made in last video is almost already gone. I had it for breakfast this morning with some persimmon and jalapeno jam from last season, which is kind of why I'm freaking out that the persimmon is already setting fruit in the garden tour that I showed. And so I'm trying to use this up because we're gonna have persimmons again soon, it seems. I'm going to just rinse everything off. Oh, sorry. I also wanted to share this foraged succulent that I picked up at Silver Lake. So I'm going to transplant it, and now I have a native succulent. For second breakfast, I'm going to toast up the rest of our fresh baked bread. For the bread buns, the bread ends, I'll throw it in the blender or food processor and make like breadcrumbs out of it. Fry up some eggs. After lunch, I went back into the garden and realized that gardening in an urban environment in the city, you run into things like batteries and glass and pieces of plastic in your dirt. But things grow despite that. Little pepper. Look at it, it's so cute. I've learned so much this gardening season. It is amazing, and I can't wait to learn even more as the seasons progress. I try and water the gardens early in the morning. Watering by hand in zone 9B is not ideal, but it gives me a time to sit out in the garden with my puppy before my day starts, find my happy place, find my zen in this crazy world, and check up on all my plants to watch them grow. Seeing the garden come together and everything looking so lush has been so rewarding, but seeing the critters and the creatures and the ecosystem thriving has been the most rewarding part of this whole process. My goal is to have this little piece of property as eco-friendly yet as productive as possible. I've hopped on the bread making bandwagon and have started producing some of my own fresh baked bread. I do cheat a little bit and love the way that this King Arthur bread machine recipe turns out. I have to stop myself from eating like half a loaf at a time. So I'll slice it up and throw some fillings on there. One of the kind of fun things about, quarantine and gardening together is that I'm more excited about cooking. It's become more of a creative outlet for me. Having things like fresh baked bread and fresh produce straight from my backyard, and then finding ways to get creative with them is turned into my new creative outlet. Doesn't always work out, but hey, I'm fed and I'm happy, and gardening has been good for my body and mind. Let's go tour the garden. to my local farmer's market every Thursday at the local Dairy Queen and picked up some more stuff than I was expecting, but until my garden starts producing a harvest, I am really fortunate to be surrounded by so much good farm to fork farmer's market. Oh my god, big bag of basil that just smells amazing. It looks like she gave me some of the Thai or cinnamon basil. Oh my god, it smells so good. Yes, some basil, so good. I forgot to get vodka. But some blackberries. Oh my god. We are almost have wild blackberries along our fence line. They probably won't taste as good though. Oh my god. These are really good. A bunch of rainbow carrots. And a bunch of rainbow Swiss chard. I heard Swiss chard is good for like growing in the heat, so I wanted to try it out and see what I could do with it before I committed it to my garden, but it's beautiful. I would grow it just to look at it. And then you can eat it. Like, I eat weeds. I also got a basket of strawberries. Yum. I'm gonna eat everything before Ray Ray comes home. I should wash this for sure though. So good. And then, hopefully, this is the last time I ever buy store-bought tomatoes. They're not even store-bought, they're farmer's market tomatoes, but just a big, beautiful basket. They're just all over everywhere. Oh my god. I can't wait for tomatoes in my garden. Whiff of this basil. Smells so good. Swiss chard is absolutely beautiful. Rainbow carrots, beautiful. Fresh fruit. Oh, good little haul. I almost picked up some like little starter plants, but I'm just gonna start my plants from seed and not worry too much about the holes in my garden where stuff has died. You know, I'm blessed with farmers markets like this, so I can't complain. Still waiting for our blackberries to come in. Got lots of flowers and some green fruit setting. There's a lot on the other side of the fence, but they're not ripe yet. I've literally just been at home for months. Yeah, it was nice to eat out today, and I think I'm going to try and do more like vlogs. They're gonna be boring. Nobody's gonna watch them, but I need to like put myself out there. And social media is kind of a way of socializing without like physically socializing. Thank you guys for hanging out and watching this video today. Please subscribe and check out the description box for more information. Until the next video, guys, stay creative.